So based on persistent, if not necessarily popular request, I've decided to pick up again with the wine blogs that I started back when I was working as a wine director at a steakhouse in Brooklyn. Since then, I've moved to California, and I've been really fortunate. I made a lot of good friends, met some great winemakers, toured a lot of vineyards, and learned a lot about California wines. I'm constantly learning more about California wines from lots of people, and I've been very, very fortunate. So I wanted to share some of that love, some of that knowledge that I've been lucky to receive over the past few months with you, and maybe try some good wines. Full disclosure, some of the wines that I'll work with, that I'll feature, are wines that I've started to work with. I'm kind of starting a little brokership, seeing how that goes, introducing these wines to good restaurants, wine shops around San Francisco, maybe come back to New York, we'll see. But tonight I wanted to share with you a wine that I shared with some friends yesterday, and had a really lovely dinner with, and this wine really stunned me. It just floored me. So that's going to bias me, and I hope will not necessarily bias you. This is one thing I actually want to mention. People often ask me, what's your favorite wine? What's the best wine you've ever had? And I don't really like, well, I don't like answering that question because I don't like being able to classify one moment over another as better or best. A moment is to be appreciated, and hopefully it can be beautiful. And so wines are all about time and place. The people you experience it with, the place you are, your mental state, all affects how that wine affects you. So while there are some wines that I inherently find very delicious, I'm very attracted to this certain type of wine or this certain style, there's so many wines that I've had that have been about the time and place that I'm at. If it's just the meal and they just taste really good, they might not taste as good the next day, or they might taste even better next time. So don't let one person's limited wine experience or experience with a wine influence you too heavily. Who knows? You might never drink champagne, but you're at the right party and someone pours you a glass of beautiful of a Bellini, and it's utterly delicious. So enjoy it. Don't be scared to just enjoy the experience, whatever it is. So a great experience was had very much last night with Bohème Wines. A Bohème is farmed by a friend of mine, Kurt Dietler. He farms some vineyards up in northern part of Sonoma Coast, along a few miles up the Pacific coast from San Francisco, about an hour and a half drive on the 101, which is stunningly gorgeous. And if you visit this vineyard, is the way you should go, is take Highway 1, winding up and down the Pacific coast, up and down through these little fog banks and groves of redwoods and groves of sequoias, and you kind of go into the redwoods a little bit, up the hill, to a ridge called Taylor Ridge. This overlooks, you can see the Pacific about 4 or 5 miles along, just off the edge of the vineyard, kind of breaks down into the sea, and has this beautiful cool breeze that comes in. It keeps the vineyards there pretty much constantly around in the upper 60s. It's somewhere between, it's always pretty much the temperature of the coast. It never gets higher than 65 degrees really there. But really steady sun, mix of fog, really true cool climate Pinot. So he farms these vineyards alongside some of the really cult names in Pinot. I'm not going to really name drop, but look them up if you're interested.